So eventually, I'm gonna link up with OBS and see if I can get the intro thingy figured out without it actually dinging you for for
Yeah, it's
you know.
probably just we probably just gotta find like some AI music or something. But
Mhm.
yeah, man, every time they gonna pop me, man. They don't miss on YouTube.
They sure don't. They sure don't. So so now we're kicking it off. We might as well talk about what we know, which is UFC Vegas 106. Michael Morales goes in there and does what we thought he was going to do uh,
Hmm.
against Gilbert Burns. But I guess like my first question for you is like is on the Gilbert Burns side. Like, did you expect more out of him? Like that? That was interesting.
So going into it, like I was expecting Michael Morales to get a finish. I didn't think it would be that quick though. Like I know Gilbert's tough, but Father Time's undefeated. He's 38 years old, lost like 3, 4 fights in a row. Like, what really can we expect? You know what I mean? Like, I know he's a dog and he's a game opponent,
Yeah.
but you can only do so much. This is when you're in the elite of the elite and you are at the top, that slight drop at all is
Mm.
massive in the grand scheme of things. And a lot of times, you as the athlete, you realize it later than people from the outside looking in
Hmm.
realize it. Like you got to be in there, and it's got to hit you dead in the face. Pardon the pun, but that's just how it goes, man. Like it happens so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, 38. Things change for you when you turn 38. As an athlete, just as a regular person, you start to feel like, oh wait, I really am not in my 20s anymore. For real,
Mm-hmm.
for real. And like to me, Gilbert never looked like he was in this fight at all.
Yep.
At no point, it looked like an older man fighting a younger man.
Yep.
And it was disappointing to see. I was in Frankie's chat the other day, and brutally honest was saying that he didn't like the fact that Gilbert Burns was fed to Morales. And for me, I was like, well, I can understand where he's coming from, but like, well, what is he supposed to do? Like,
Yeah.
what are they supposed to do?
Yeah. Like the guys ranked in the top 10, like in the world. Like you gotta fight somebody that's elite. You know what I mean? It's not gonna matter. But I will say this though, like the telltale sign when like Father Time is starting to win, you start seeing them get these injuries, and it doesn't even look like oh something just hurt. It just looks like a very freak thing. For example, the Gilbert Burns Bilal fight when he messed his arm up in like the first round, and then as you get a little older, man, the injuries just become a little bit easier to get, and they take a little longer to recover from.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, appreciate you jumping on the stream, bro.
What's up, man? Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, for everybody that's on, can you kind of like introduce yourself so they not just saying these three black dudes?
Hey, what's up, people? This is Brandon G checking in. My homeboy Jay let me tap in today. It's nice to meet you, man. He told me a little bit about you, and I'm just a sports fanatic overall. I can't say I know a whole lot about MMA, but I do have this guy right here, which is obviously very knowledgeable, and he keeps me abreast with what's going on, trying to get me intrigued. I actually went to a couple of MMA events with him when he was out here in LA. It was an exciting environment. Needless to say.
Hey, so I got a question for you. So this is, uh, do you watch boxing? I'm sure. Like as far as like the difference for you, between boxing and MMA, like now, like which one would you, if you got a ticket to an MMA event or a ticket to a boxing event, which one would you pick?
Right now, for me, it's gonna have to be boxing. I understand boxing a little more. MMA is as exciting as it is. It's like super raw, and there's a lot of stuff I don't necessarily. I'm not gonna say I don't understand it. It just boxing presents more of a skill for me, and I could be completely wrong here, but this is just my opinion. It's more skilled and more technical versus just I'm about to whoop your ass type shit.
I mean, that's what it is.
For real.
Yeah. So yeah, actually crossover. Like you started watching MMA a little bit later than I did. Like, was your perception the same? Like when you first got into it, or were you just like, nah, I dig this?
So my thing was kind of like before I started watching it religiously, like every weekend, just tapping into all the content. For me, I would see like highlights or stuff like bits and pieces here and there. Like at the time, I didn't even really know where to go to really watch the UFC or even get the content like that. And then, 2020 happens and I'm on Stream West, opposite of Stream West website. And then that's where I can find, I'm like, all right, so UFC is on here every weekend, right? So I start watching it, and then the C19 word happens, and it's locked down, and then the UFC was the first sport back. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'm just gonna dive into this and see what happens. And bro, I got hooked like bad. And then I went to my first UFC event in person in 2021. And then after that, it was a wrap at that point. I was done.
Yeah. I was kind of the same. I mean, obviously I grew up, watching all kinds of sports, baseball, basketball, football, track, boxing when it came on. But like my whole thing about boxing then was just, I grew up when Mike Tyson was the thing, and then everybody's waiting all week to watch Mike Tyson fight. And then we get to the fight and he fight for like 20 seconds. So I was like, and then the undercards would be garbage. And it just didn't do it for me. I like the elite fighters, but the whole card wasn't what it just wasn't very exciting. But like when I got to start watching MMA, like watching the WEC on Spike, the whole card was interesting. Like every fight was interesting. And that's actually what got me into MMA because the whole card. So
yeah, that makes sense. I feel like boxing in the last couple of years though has been doing a better job of putting more than just one fight on there where people know the fighters. And all the Middle Eastern money that's been infused into boxing has done wonders for boxing. And hopefully, man, I mean, they've been doing a little bit in the UFC as well. I mean, the UFC is going back to Abu Dhabi in July. So now they're going there twice a year for events. One's a pay-per-view, one's a fight night. They're going to Saudi Arabia like once, twice a year now too. So they're definitely infusing that money into the UFC as well.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. Sean talking about his favorite boxing pay-per-view was when Tyson bit Holyfield.
Bro, I got one. Y'all remember when I think it was Holyfield and Bo maybe, where the dude like flew in on the like the glider, bro? I was like, dude, what is going on?
So I got an interview on my channel with Kevin Aioli. Kevin Aioli talks about being there. He said the dude went right over his head, like when he flew in on the parachute.
Yeah, was his name like Fan Man or something like that?
Yeah,
if I remember.
something weird. Yeah, but he was like, yeah, it was scary for him because he was like, I thought that dude died like immediately.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
that was bizarre. But boxing has some weird times, dude. But back to Morales. So what do you think should happen to him? I mean, I guess he gets credit for beating a 38-year-old Gilbert Burns. That's cool. He's in the top 10. He's number 8. We know the welterweight division is ridiculous. Who Who's he fight?
I think, man, it's two options. You either give him Leon Edwards or Bilal Muhammad. Like, the dude's undefeated. Just got a first round finish over a name that a lot of people recognize. Like, you gotta inject him even higher into the Shark Tank of the welterweight division, man. Because I don't think welterweight's ever been this stacked at any point. What say you?
I'm actually doing research on it now for a video to see, because in my mind, you know, it's got to be the deepest that it's ever been. Like, it just feels that way. It feels that way. Babyface Sterling, calling us Marshawn Lynch. So now you Chad Ochocinco, okay? And you call him Arthur Jones. Come on, man. Anyway, what's up, Sterling? But yeah, I actually thought that, just depending on timing and depending on health, I think that Morales versus Rakhmonov would be very interesting. Only because of how things have kind of broken down with the different matchups that are already there. We already know Gary can't fight Rakhmonov again. And because of everything that's gone on, I feel like Rakhmonov probably has to go back and fight one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a better person than to fight the 25-year-old Morales?
True. I think the only issue with it is just going to be Morales is probably going to be trying to get another fight here pretty soon, bro. Like, he had a short night out at the office, you know what I mean? And we don't really know where Shavkat is on his rehab and recovery. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting though, for sure.
Yeah. So let's pin the UFC talk for a second. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs. So what game starts tonight? Is it both games or just one? It's just
one. So it's OKC Minnesota tonight.
OKC Minnesota. Okay.
Yep.
Which matchup are y'all most excited for? The Pacers Knicks, OKC Minnesota.
For me, is OKC Minnesota.
Definitely co-sign.
Yeah.
How come?
Go ahead, B.
It just seems more competitive. Pacers and Knicks, to me, honestly, really not that exciting, because nobody expected Boston to be out. But to see SGA go against Ant-Man, I'm a big fan of both of them. I mean, I'm excited to see who's gonna come out the Western Conference. And if I had to pick a winner for the NBA championship, it's gonna be whoever wins this matchup.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Like, and then I would say the Denver series for me, like, seeing SGA, like how he started the series and then he came on later in the series, like, that was definitely good to see. But then, you know, Denver had to battle with a bunch of injuries in that playoff. So I'm curious to see how this series is gonna go, just because I know the Wolves will be rested up, ready to go. And I'm curious to see how these matchups are gonna go.
They say Ant-Man out here collecting Infinity Stones, man. So let's keep this thing rolling. Let's go, Ant-Man. Let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna see. So do you like who you like in the series?
I like Minnesota, and I'll tell you why. I think I can't think of his name right now. He's gonna be the X factor. What's the big man from Minnesota name? Why I'm drawing the blank with the dreads?
Oh, Nas Reed.
Nas Reed.
Nas Reed is the X factor, because we know Gobert is not gonna be a factor on offense, but he's a big presence. Well, when Nas Reed come in, he's a factor on both ends of the floor, and I feel like Gobert gonna cancel out
Homer.
He gonna cancel out Chet. He gonna cancel him out. They gonna cancel each other out. So that's when Nas Reed gonna come in and do his thing, and He gonna be the X factor. SGA and Ant-Man, they gonna go at it. They gonna cancel each other out. I think Williams for OKC, he gonna do his thing, but he's gonna be well defended because Minnesota defends very well on the perimeter. They've shown that against Luka. They've shown that against Denver, and they defend very well. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more excited for the Knicks and Pacers one. And
Don't tell me you're a Jalen Brunson fan with his flopping ass. Yeah,
I mean,
it's hard to watch, man.
I'm a fan of what
I got a quick question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
But if you're a Jalen Brunson fan, I forgot. He do mention Julie Randle. I forgot Julie Randle. He is an animal. I forgot about him. I forgot about him.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all are MMA UFC fans, how can y'all approve of the flopping that Brunson does? Anyway, go ahead. I need to know the correlation because there has to be some correlation for me to understand it. You can't love the physicality of UFC, MMA, and then that pansy stuff in it that Brunson does in the NBA. Go ahead, let's hear it.
So I'm a fan of Jalen Brunson's clutch gene. I'm a fan of how he comes up in the clutch. I mean, all of that flopping and all that stuff, you know, that could be a Villanova thing for all I know. I mean, because he likes to play games. But the reason that I'm excited about that series is I like the fact that both of them are underdog type teams, and they're gonna really try to fight it out. Like Halliburton is the most overrated, is what they said, the most overrated player in the league, according to the other players.
Yeah, they did say that
on the shoulder. Jalen Brunson is maybe 6 feet tall, and he's doing what he's doing, so he's got that on, you know. So it's that whole narrative, and then plus you got in the garden, like it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. So I'm excited about it. As far as like OKC and Minnesota, I fully expect OKC to run through them. I fully expect them to do that. And the only reason I say that is because I feel like Ant has not played a fully Ant-Man game just yet this season or this playoffs. I haven't seen it yet. And Julius Randle, the reason that he is even there is because of his inconsistencies. And so you put those two things together, I have a problem with Minnesota. And I've said before that I think that this Minnesota team is not better than the Minnesota team that they already had.
Yeah,
I think that Minnesota team beats this Minnesota team, only for their inconsistency. So I fully expect OKC to do dirty work to Rudy Gobert by letting Chet Holmgren shoot corner threes and pulling them away from the basket.
Yep.
So like I don't see. I mean, OKC can shoot themselves in the foot. Williams hasn't been consistent, but when he has been on, they've been pretty unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
So like I fully expect them to get out of there in 6, if not earlier.
I like OKC in this series, and it's for a reason you touched on. I think it's going to be tough for Gobert to stay on the floor because I think Holmgren is going to sit over there in the corner, 4 threes, definitely can shoot. Gobert gives you nothing on the offensive end. I think the only time we really see Gobert in like long stretches is when OKC goes big with Chet Holmgren and Halliburton. Because then they can go with Gobert and Reed at the same time. But with just Chet out there, I think they're gonna go with Reed a lot more just because he can defend out there on the floor. Like, yeah, you lose some rim protection, but I mean, if Chet is knocking down those jumpers, they got to do something.
Yeah. And then you mix in the fact that they got Alex Caruso, so they can throw multiple looks at Edwards. I mean, it's just they're gonna get overwhelmed by the amount of good players that OKC has. And of course, SGA gonna do his thing. He's an MVP. He gonna get his, between 30 and 35 points, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
And then something else about OKC too, man. Like they got a bunch of guys that can get points.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I think that's what's the issue is going to be for Minnesota, just because, like, yeah, Ant and Randall, either one of them can go off, but you're not going to get that consistency, just like you spoke of, every night in, night out. Like Reed is going to have a night where he hits like 4, 5, 6 threes and he goes off. But with OKC, man, you got somebody that can get you 20, 25 any night easy. And SGA gonna get his period. The wing guy, I can't think of it, Jalen
Williams.
Bro, he is good, dog. Like good. Like that boy he got game, bro. And then Caruso gonna get his buckets here and there. Chet Homer gonna get some dunks, some lobs, some wide open threes. And I think just the all the different options, man. That's how OKC gets you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the Minnesota. You don't have an answer for Julius Randle. You don't have an answer for Mike Conley coming off the bench. He gonna contribute. You do not have an answer for Naz Reid. He's been consistent majority of the time. Randall, the last playoffs, he went crazy the whole series. And let's not forget he plays defense. All the guards that OKC have are undersized compared to the guards that Minnesota has. So they're going to have problems scoring. SGA is the only person you got to worry about. But if it comes down to it, he's going to have to score 100. I need all 100 buckets from you. And you're going to get real tired doing that and playing defense too. So I got to say Minnesota.
All right. We're going to see.
Yeah, we're going to see. I don't
trust
Randall at all.
If I have to live with him standing outside and shooting the tray ball, my boy, be my guest. You're gonna have to make it all game. I need to see this happen. He's more of a threat around the basket and he's a big time rim protector. So, I definitely gotta give him that. But he's also very fragile.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So if he as long as he stays healthy, he's gonna contribute. But I would definitely live with him shooting that tray ball.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be what I prefer. I don't like him getting in the short roll, making plays because he's a really good passer, especially for a big man. But I want him shooting jumpers and losing confidence when those jumpers don't fall and then disappearing in the series. And I'm pretty sure that Hartenstein, who was his teammate and went against him in practices over and over again, knows how to defend him. I think there's going to be a problem.
And you say you like New York in the Eastern Conference Series?
Man, that one's a toss-up because the Pacers they're streaking. They're really streaking. I'm torn on that one, man. I kind of want the Knicks to lose.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
I want the Knicks to win because I just want to hear Stephen A. Smith just be on one with the Knicks in the finals. Like he gonna be on one if they make the finals.
That's actually why I want them to lose.
I was about to say, like, who wants to hear Stephen A. really talk? Like, who wants to hear that?
He gonna talk regardless.
Well, nobody really wants to hear it. I don't want to give him no extra ammo though. I need him to be out of bullets. I don't want him to have nothing to shoot.
Just think about how I feel about it, man. You know how much he hates the Cowboys. Ooh, I got to live through that for season after season after season. That my Cowboys continually come up short over and over and over again, and I got to hear him talk about it. Like, nah,
man, you know what? I just met you, and you seem like a nice guy, and I'm gonna let you live with them Cowboys. Cause that shit gotta be brutal. That shit gotta be brutal, bro.
It is, dog. It is. It's tough.
Like, forget the noise. Forget that part of it. Just the performance.
But it's like when people talk trash about him, I'm like, I can't even. I have no
Jax,
words.
Jax,
You right.
he can relate, bro. He can relate, bro. He is he
I'm a
might have
Falcons fan.
I was about to say he might have changed, but he's a Falcons fan, so he
Yeah,
gets it, bro. He gets it. He had to
yeah.
live through the Super Bowl.
I
That's
did I did I didn't I denounced my citizenship though. Until they got rid of Matt to never be a slight Ryan.
that's
And
a
then
former QB.
now they got the new QB I can't think his name.
Penix,
I like
Michael
him.
Penix Jr.
Yeah, Mike. I am ready to see him perform. But back to your Cowgirls. Let's do it.
Hey, I can't defend them until they do something right. Which I'm not mad at the Pickens pickup, but until they do something right, I can't defend them. I
I know
mean,
I know I know we switched gears, but what about y'all QB? Like
ooh, I was wondering if I was gonna touch on it if you didn't do it.
what y'all gonna do about that? That's like y'all Achilles heel.
it is. It is. You know what it is?
Y'all had Tony Romo the fourth quarter F up, and now y'all got a whole Mississippi State legend that just ain't cutting the mustard.
Well, I mean, this is obviously a quarterback-driven league. We all know that. And if you don't have the right quarterback, then you don't have a good team. And I feel like Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and whoever makes decisions in that, they want to pat themselves on the back so much for finding a diamond in the rough, like a Tony Romo, like a Dak Prescott. They stick with the quarterback longer than they should, and we suffer. And now we're paying this dude an ungodly amount of money, and now the pressure's on him to perform. And if he is the 8th best quarterback in the league, and we make it to the second round of the playoffs, we're still trash. that's what's going to be. There's no way around it.
But at the same time, you're in the same division with the Super Bowl champions, Jalen Daniels. Like it's
That's
just a
only
tough
getting
spot to
better.
be in. Exactly, it's a tough spot to be in.
It's tough. It's tough. And we got tons of primetime games. Play on Thursday 3 times. So that's the glitz and glamour part of it that's actually going to take a toll on the team. It's poorly managed. And honestly, as long as that dude is alive, we're going to be in the same problem.
Man, what part of Texas are you located in?
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, okay, man. I went to a game last season. But Jay already knows this. Man, that's regardless of how trash the Cowboys are, that stadium be rocking.
Yeah.
Like you would thought they was the best team in the league. It don't matter. So the fans are loyal. Them tickets are selling. Jerry the Real be rocking. He sleeps great at night.
He does.
He probably don't care if y'all ever win a game.
Not really. It's about the show. And the show is always good for him.
He's making that bread.
The show is amazing.
Now, if we make it to the Super Bowl, he'll make more.
Oh yeah,
he wants to, but it's not the top of the priority list.
I got a question. Does the roof work there anymore?
It worked. It worked.
Okay, I was always wondering because I felt like I never really saw it open anymore.
Yeah, no, it worked, but you gotta they figure out whether they're gonna do it like I think it's like 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour beforehand.
Gotcha.
And a lot of times they're like, why are we opening this? We can just play with this perfect, 70 degrees and no elements. So
yep.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm very excited for the football season, and we'll definitely talk about that once we get closer to it for sure. Because
definitely, and we definitely got to touch on some college football when it gets closer as well.
100%.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to chop it up on that.
Yeah. So question for y'all. Y'all, are former high level athletes, and so when it comes to like teams that you like especially college or pros, do you kind of align with this is the team that I grew up watching, or are you like, no, I like this team because I was affiliated with them?
You can go ahead, B.
So we specifically talking about pros?
Or college.
College for me. I mean, I graduated and played basketball at Alabama State, but I align with college football. I love Alabama. I like watching Alabama. Of course, he went to Alabama, so I align with Alabama when it comes to college football. Because of that, I'm from the state. Auburn never recruited me, so that's a reason for me not to like Auburn. Alabama actually did. They came to a couple of my practices and they recruited me, but never panned out. But so college will be Alabama. Pros, we don't have a team. And I align with other sports as far as my fan loyalty more than basketball because I played basketball for so long and I'm just passionate about it. So I can't get emotional with the team. So I like players. I love the great players. I love the competition, but I don't have a team. So I don't get emotional about basketball. But football and other sports, I would say the Falcons, geography, because I'm from Alabama. Atlanta was the closest team, and me and my boy used to run laps around that 285 in Atlanta. So I got some love for Atlanta. Forever, I love Atlanta for sure. So you can say that my loyalty depends on that. Am I a realistic fan? I like to think that I am. So if my team is in the crapper, you probably won't see me wear that jersey that season. You can say I'm a bandwagoner, but I'm not jumping to another team. But during that specific season, throw that jersey in the back of the closet somewhere. We're not gonna wear that. I'll wait till Peanuts come out this year, and then I'll put my jersey back on type deal. So I guess that's what my loyalty stand. I like the Braves. You talking about baseball, other sports. I just love the competition. So I'm gonna watch simply because I just love the competition.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For me, I actually grew up a really big FSU college football fan, and then I went to Bama. Always knew Bama, but it was a little different just because my mom actually went to Auburn. My dad played football at Auburn, so I was very much tied to Auburn. But for me, it's definitely Alabama, big time Bama guy for sure, 100%. But then with baseball, I grew up a Braves fan. With geography, they were always on TV, saw them all the time. So grew up a huge Braves fan. But then once I got into baseball and started playing, you realize it's just business at the end of the day. And at that point, like the whole oh, I like this team. Nah, it wasn't really so much that for me anymore. It's more so like if anybody I like know is associated with a team or playing or somebody I played against, like I'll watch them and I'll support like guys that either I played with or played against. Yeah. But now, because it's not too many guys still left now. But like I'll watch the World Series, I'll watch the playoffs, I'll watch here and there. Because when you've played it at a high level, you watch it totally differently than like a fan watches it. Like you see way more of what's going on and you notice way more things. It's a totally different experience. Like I went to a playoff baseball game last year towards the end of the year. And, I was with people, big fans, they're enjoying the game. They would ask me questions. I would say stuff. And then like 5-10 minutes later, what I said would happen. They were like, how do you know all this? I'm like, I played it. Like, I understand what's going on. I know what needs to happen. I know what the guys pitching are trying to do. I know what the guys hitting are trying to do. You know? And you just see sports totally differently. And then with basketball, I wouldn't say I have a team, no teams in Alabama, but I just find players I like and I follow them and I watch them. And the competition, man, I live for it. I like seeing when guys go at other guys and they are very, like, you can tell, like, yeah, I want to figure out how good I am and I want to find out how good you are. Love it. Like the whole, like, we're all friends. It's all kumbaya. Like, no, like, let's go at each other. Like, you my boy, but I want to beat you more so because you my boy. You know what I mean? Like,
and we can talk about it when we get off the court. We can talk about it when we get done.
Absolutely. And bro, we gonna talk about it for the rest of our lives, dog. Like it's real, bro. Like I live for that. I love that. And then NFL don't have a team. Like I would say I watch way more college football than I do NFL, but I definitely stay on top of the NFL as well. But it's different with me in college football. I'm one of them guys. I watch all the games, all of them.
Yeah. I know for me, when Dallas is different when it comes to the Cowboys. Like you really do not have a choice. Like honestly. Like it's in your face from like when you're little. So you grow up, and I mean the people who grew up here and don't go for the Cowboys, they stick out like a sore thumb for real. So you know it is what it is when it comes to that. The Rangers are starting to be kind of similar, not to that level, and the Mavericks as well. But I mean the Mavericks and the Rangers, they've won championships in recent memory, you know. So we definitely support them, and the Stars are in the Western Conference Finals right now. So you support them from that standpoint, but like there's certain, like when it comes to college, they try to do that with UT, but UT is in Austin. I'm in Dallas. It's like 3 hours away. We're not in like that. So I don't have a college team. I mean, I went to the University of North Texas, but you know, we weren't great at football, anything like that. You know, I root for them or whatnot, but you know, it's
big program. It's UT though.
Yeah, big. That's a big program. But like, you know, if UT loses, I'm not, you know, in the corner crying.
Yeah. You're not like how most people are in the state of Texas are when UT loses.
I don't care if A&M does well, that's cool. TCU does well, that's cool. Like Tech does well, okay. The only time that I really care about Texas winning is Texas OU. That's the only time.
Yeah. Because I mean, and plus it's there in Dallas too.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need those OU people coming down and, you know, throwing that all in your face. So other than that, I could care less. Like I grew up, I mean, I'm a massive Deion Sanders fan. So FSU was huge for me. I'm a huge Desmond Howard fan. So Michigan, I love Michigan. And then Tim Brown went to my church when I was young. So I like Notre Dame.
Okay. So I would assume you probably like Colorado now too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna support Prime wherever you go.
Got to.
So it's
what he's done for Colorado, bro, is amazing. Truly, they went from being like just a forgotten program because, bro, back in the day, Colorado was a big time program. Like they won a championship in like 1990. Yeah, bro, like for real, and they were just all but forgotten.
Massive when Cordell was there.
First off, do you know this dude is like the encyclopedia? How do he know this? In 1990, he was 5 years old, bro. Like, it's unreal. The way he be spitting stats to me, I'm looking at him like, who are you? Where did you come? I ask him that all the time, like, bro, how did these facts stick in your brain? I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, and you know that Colorado won a championship in 1990. How?
I don't know, dog. It just sticks in there. I can't really explain it. It just sticks.
I'm sure you can't explain it. I'm absolutely certain. Because it makes no sense.
I'm curious how long he's gonna stay there. That's what I'm really curious about because the NFL is calling.
Yeah.
You think he'll go to the NFL?
I think it's
possible. I think there's one team he would go to. I think he would go to Dallas.
Absolutely.
So NFL is going to take away all the. Well, I can't even say that because no more because NIL has cut into that. Because as a college coach, I feel like you had a lot of leverage before the NFL, meaning NIL.
Yeah,
but he has star power. Even Nick Saban didn't want to deal with the NIL no more. He got on up out of there.
True.
Yeah.
So what team y'all think he would go to in NFL?
I think he would go to the Cowboys.
Interesting.
I could see him go to the Cowboys. I could also see him going to the Browns.
Yeah, since Shadur, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I could totally see that.
They would end up getting Shallow there probably in like a year or two.
Let's see. Well, Shiloh, he signed a free agent agreement with
The Bucks, I think.
Yeah. But that's a free agent, rookie free agent. So he don't make the team. He can slide right on over to Cleveland.
Yep.
You think they would let the NFL? They knowing what comes with the Sanders family. You think the NFL would allow that in Cleveland? Ooh.
I think Cleveland would be the perfect spot, bro, because it's not a large market. The franchise hasn't won anything since its entire existence. They're an afterthought. So Cleveland, Cincinnati, like cities like that, I think the NFL would be cool with it.
Yeah, I think they would let it happen in Cleveland. It ain't happening in LA or New York or any big market, but Cleveland. Why not?
Interesting concept. Interesting perspective.
They signed Deshaun Watson after all that stuff. Guaranteed, fully, almost. Yeah, I think it was almost fully guaranteed contract.
Mm-hmm.
You think
Deshaun Watson was like that in college at least, so he had his resume is nice.
Houston do.
Yeah, he was like that in Houston.
So I mean,
he was like that in the massage chair too, I guess.
Shadur hasn't proven anything yet.
True.
Nope, he hasn't.
And he might not even be the guy because they drafted a quarterback a few rounds before him.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: Shiloh might have a better career than Shadur.
What?
Who? Shiloh?
His brother. His brother that isn't even nowhere as good. Because Shiloh know he gotta do something to perform. He knows it already. Otherwise, he's gonna get forgotten about really quick. So he knows he has to work. Shadur don't think he gotta work. I'm just saying. Unpopular opinion. I could be completely wrong, obviously. But that's my perspective.
You also got to think about, though, with Cleveland putting actual money into a guy, they're going to give him a bunch of opportunities. Whereas you're an undrafted free agent, you're not getting any opportunities. Like, you literally cannot make one mistake, and you could do everything right and they still get rid of you just because they got money tied up at your position group, or they got somebody in front of you that's making some money, and that guy has to play.
Mm-hmm.
I can't argue with any of that. That's just my opinion based on the fact that I think Shiloh knows he has to put effort in day one, or he won't even have the opportunity to, like you say, he won't have the opportunity to perform, because if he don't put no work in, as soon as he put boots on the ground, he done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Shadur. Go ahead. My bad.
I was going to say, I think Shadur ends up starting before the season is over, just because their quarterback room is absolute trash. I think he gets an opportunity. I think that either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett, one of them are going to get cut before or right at the start of the season. And Shadur's going to have every opportunity once they realize that they're a terrible football team to become the starter. They don't know that they're a terrible football team yet, apparently. So they got to figure that out. But once they do, they're going to be like, go ahead and start, man. Dylan Gabriel, he'll still be on the team. He's going to be a career backup anyway, so he might as well get used to it. So it's going to be Shadur's operation towards the end of the year, and we're going to see.
Speaking of, I guess Shadur in Colorado, the new quarterback that's coming in, do y'all know anything about him?
Oh, in Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, the kid out of high school. I'm familiar with him. I've been seeing him on IG for a few years. I mean, hey, he was like the number one guy coming out of Georgia, and had offers from USC, Georgia, all the SEC schools. So the kid can definitely play, but
right,
we still don't know what it's gonna look like when you actually get out there at the next level.
I'm curious of how Prime is gonna play him compared to how he played Shador. Because Shador had a lot of leeway. I mean, granted, that's his son. You want your son to shine. You trying to get his numbers up to go to the league. Because a lot of times he took a lot of sacks that he should have never took. And I'm curious to how Prime is gonna play new quarterback when that time comes.
I mean, I don't think he's gonna get the amount of leeway that Shador did, but I think it's Caden Salter is his name. I think that he's gonna. I think he'll be the starter. I think they got another dude named Lewis or something like that.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you the little freshman I'm talking about. Julian Lewis. That's him. That's the kid I've been watching on IG for a while.
I don't think that he's going to start. I think Caden Salter's going to start because he's a transfer.
Makes sense.
But both of them are really good. But I don't think that they're going to get the same type of leeway because, I mean, it is a cheat code. Like, he's been watching his son. He knows what he can and what he can't do. He don't know everything that these two dudes can do or can't do. So it might be a shorter leash, but I think they're still going to be pretty decent. I don't know if it's going to be like we're going to make the college football playoffs type of thing, but yeah, I think that they're going to. I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough though being in the Big 12 make the playoff. Like, you literally have to win the conference. If you don't win the conference, you're not getting in.
Yeah. Who do you think's gonna? I mean, since you the college football encyclopedia, who do you think's gonna make it into the college football playoff? I mean, obviously we got the usual suspects, Alabama, Georgia.
So it's gonna be a little tough just because the transfer portal, like, things can change very quickly. Like, a few guys can leave here, you can have injuries, but I think it's gonna be the usual guys. So in the ACC, I think Clemson's gonna come out of the ACC. I think they're gonna be legit. I think their quarterback, Klubnik, I think he's gonna have a phenomenal year in the ACC. I think Miami's going to take a step back with Carson Beck and losing the QB that went number 1 overall.
Cam Ward.
I think they're going Cam Ward. I think Miami going to take a small step back.
They lost a receiver too. So
exactly. And then Florida State, I mean, they got us week 1, so I think we're going to go upside their head to start the year and just, get their season started on a bad note. So I really think Clemson's going to be the team that comes out of the ACC. The Big Ten is going to be the usual guys: Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. I think those will be the 4 teams that represent the Big Ten. The SEC is going to be a madhouse. It's going to be it's going to be tough because Bama going to be all right, and we got a first-year starter at quarterback, new offensive coordinator that used to be with our coach at Washington. He's now at Bama. So we got some changes. We lost first rounder to the Cowboys at offense at guard. So gotta sure that up. And it's gonna be our coach's second year at the program. So that's gonna be interesting. Georgia's always gonna be Georgia. They're always gonna recruit well. They're always gonna be good with Kirby Smart. Texas is gonna be good every year now with Steve Sarkisian. Arch Manning's first year starting at quarterback at Texas. I think Texas is going to pick right back up where they were last year. I think Ole Miss will take a step back. They lost Jackson Dart to the NFL first rounder, so I think Ole Miss will take a step back. South Carolina is going to be a sleeper because their quarterback is a problem. If you don't know the name, Lenore Sellers is a problem, and he is different, bro. Like, he the type, he'll break like 3-4 tackles in the pocket and then take it like 40 yards, bro. Like, dude is an absolute freak. A&M is going to be good. It's going to be Mike Elko's second year at Texas A&M. I really like what he's doing in College Station. I think they're going to be a tough out for a lot of people. So the SEC is going to be a bloodbath, absolute bloodbath. And then the Big 12, for me, the Big 12, I think it's the most exciting conference because everybody can beat everybody. Like the worst team in the Big 12 can beat the best team in the Big 12. So that conference is just a lot of fun. I mean, you see SMU came in their first year in the conference and went to the conference championship game and almost won to go and make it to actually they did win the conference and went to the freaking playoffs. So I'm really looking forward to college football. And with the NIL, you just getting so much parity and like so many different teams that can compete, and that's good. And then Lane, that's a Florida fan. I think Florida's schedule is really tough, but I think they're gonna do a little something this year too.
Florida, is there a QB? Is it DJ Laraway or
Lagway? Yep, that's
Lagway.
Yep, he was a true freshman last year, gonna be a true sophomore this year. Looked really good towards the end of the year. Was battling some injuries, but I really like him a lot. The man had the kid got a ton of ability.
Yeah, it's gonna be hype. I'm looking forward to it. The thing about college football is there's so much college football. So it's like I don't want to. You got to pick and choose what you're gonna watch. You can't watch everything. So.
Bro, I'm that guy. Like I have 2 games on the TV. I have a game or 2 on my computer. I got my iPad going. Like I have it all going, dog. And then Saturday evening, I got to throw the UFC on. So it just I'm watching it all, dog.
Man, this man is not real. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it's not a human being.
That's nuts. That's too much stuff,
bro. With the conferences expanding, you get like 4 or 5 monster matchups every weekend. Every weekend, it's crazy.
That's that's one sport that like I would never bet on. I cannot bet on college football. Like it's too much can happen, man.
It's funny you say that. Because I feel that way about the UFC. Like I feel like the UFC is too crazy.
Y'all. It's a whole lot of stuff that can happen in the UFC.
It's true, but I don't know, man. I feel like and it may just I have more information. I know more, but man, I can't trust these kids to do what I need them to do to win this game. I can't trust them.
You're right about that. I stopped betting after Nick Saban left. Nick Saban used to cover the spread.
Yeah,
he was going to cover the spread 95% of the time.
And when Nick was there, man, it was borderline unfair. Like there was nothing.
That's how we like it.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't want no fairness. What are you talking about? We want to dominate, man. We play to the standard over here in Alabama, dog.
Beat you like you stole something. Like what you mean?
Yes, bro. Yes. Remember when you play Alabama?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. No, it was cool.
I'm telling you.
You knew if a team beat Alabama, like okay, that is you don't do that on accident. That's a legit team, and it's still the same. I mean, it's not to the level of the way it was with Nick Saban, but when Alabama loses, it's a big deal.
Bro, think about it. Every time we lose, the field gets stormed. Every time.
Yeah, it's true.
We just the villains, man. Like we're the biggest game on everybody's schedule. It's the game everybody circles. You know it's gonna be a packed house. Everybody gonna be there. You're gonna be on national TV. It's the game. Like you got to put that tape out there to show like scouts that hey, I can play at the next level too.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like it's a professional program anyway. Like at least from outside looking in, it looks like y'all might as well be pros at this point.
Oh, it's a pipeline for sure. The pipeline right to the pros.
Yep, and hopefully that helps us out with the Cowboys.
The only reason he ain't make it because he don't like to run.
Bro, I don't like this. I feel attacked.
It was your idea. It was your
Bro, I used to hear some stories. I used to get some phone calls. Man, I used to be weak. I'm like, dude, you play football. Like, you gotta run.
Bruh, it was like a track program up there, dog, or like a cross country program.
He said cross country. Now that's crazy.
Bruh, I'm telling you,
Crazy word.
I'm not
Man,
lying to you, bro.
somebody getting Nick on the phone telling this man over here lying on him.
Bruh, Josh Jacobs. I just saw a Josh Jacobs interview like maybe about a week ago. And bro, he was saying the exact same thing word for. He was like, bro, what are we doing? Why are we doing all this running? This makes no sense. What are we, like, a cross country team? Word for word, bro. Same exact thing.
You want y'all to be conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. No. Yeah, no, absolutely not. No. Don't like all that running. You did much less running in baseball, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. When you get to the pros, yeah, when you get to the pros, bro, nobody's making you run anything. Like, it's so funny. It'll be like spring training, and it'll be, I don't know, like about a week or two in the spring training, and you know, some guys aren't in shape. They're not ready for a season, so you know, they try to do conditioning. We may do like one sprint, and then if like one of the big dogs that's making some legit money at the program, they're like, yeah, we're not doing this, and literally just leaves, bro, practice is over. That's how it works. Straight up. I'm not even lying. Straight up.
Messed up.
You gotta love it though. Like, nah.
Is it different now because of NIL when it comes to that sort of thing?
It's gotta be. It has to be, because I mean, you're gonna have kids making more than what a lot of the assistant coaches gonna be making.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you got 18-year-old kids making what the defensive coordinator makes or the offensive coordinator makes. Like, that's wild.
That is wild.
At 18, that's wild. And just think, you were just recruiting this kid a month or two ago, telling him that, like, he the best thing since sliced bread. Like, we care so much. We're gonna take good care of you. We're gonna blah 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 blah. And now when you get to the program, how it typically goes, you get recruited, and then when you get there, the first few months, they just pretty much just make you feel like you're just another person. You don't matter anymore. Nobody cares no more. Like, we got you now. We ain't got to recruit you no more. Da da da. And it's over. You can't really do that now because dude could jump in the portal like, all right, cool, I go somewhere else.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So do y'all see the portal as a cop-out? Like, some of these
I personally like the portal just because when we were in college, if you wanted to transfer, you had to sit out. Yep. And to me, your coach could leave whenever, and he don't have to sit out. He, like, nothing happens to him. Like, you can get recruited to this school, sign your letter of intent, and then a month later, the coach that recruited you for an entire year can be gone. Or like the head coach can be gone, but you're still locked into that. And it's kind of like, okay, like, I don't know these coaches coming in. I don't fit into this system that's coming in. It's not in my best interest, but now I'm stuck. So I've seen that side of it, and I totally get why the portal is the way it is now. But they gotta, I guess they're starting to like figure out ways to combat how crazy it gets, because dudes just getting in the portal at all random times throughout the year. I like that now they're shortening the time period to where you only can get in the portal certain times of the year. I do like.
Yeah, I'll flip the coin and give you the other side of that argument, because I transferred too, because I started at University of South Alabama first before I transferred home to Alabama State. Now, I guess it also depends on what type of player you are. If you already like that and your game is already polished and you don't need that much work, you transferring may not hurt you as much. But if you're a player that needs development, you need time, you need some continuity, so you can progress and get better as a player, you need to be at a program multiple years. You don't need to be bouncing around, because that's going to hurt your development. Because now you get with a new team. You got to learn this new team. You got to learn a new coach. So it's you basically starting over every single time. And you can't do that if you're not a player that's already have a polished professional level type of game. If you're trying to develop as a player, you gonna hurt your development. I would say it definitely hurt my development transferring like I did because I would have became a much better athlete if I would have stayed where I was and honed my craft and worked on it and stayed within that system per se versus transferring. But there wasn't no NIL money either, so yeah. Hey, but fun fact, and Jay can attest to this too, because I played against the University of Mr. Basketball for our state, Kennedy Winston at the time. He went to the University of Alabama and played basketball there. He was big time from Mobile, Alabama. Big time player at the time. I learned a lot from him because he was from Mobile and I was playing at the University of South Alabama, which is in Mobile, Alabama. So we would cross paths during the summertime. He would come down and be training, and I ended up playing against him. So we became friends, started to have conversations. And he was getting money. We weren't getting no money because I'm at a smaller school. But if you went to the University of Alabama, you get money. And he was a Mr. Basketball for our state. So to recruit him, they had to really recruit him.
Yeah.
So you're not getting Mr. Basketball for nothing. Man, during this time at the University of Alabama, I think Alabama was like number 2 party school in the nation. It's probably 2005, 2004, 2005, 2006, around that time. I would go up there to kick it with them when our season was over with. This man had 3 cars in college. 3. I used to go to the club with them. I'm like, this is not how I get treated when I go to the club. This man got treated like, I mean, they ordering bottle service. We're in college.
That's
and they're
crazy.
on a bottle service. Most of us are worried about a Pell Grant, some financial aid.
Yeah.
This man is getting bottle service in college, the whole team. So that's just to say NIL, there's levels to this. And even before the NIL, there was level to it. Even in the NIL now, the atmosphere now, I mean, there's levels to it because everybody's not getting NIL money.
Yeah, that's that's crazy. I believe it though. I definitely believe it. I had a friend of mine who I went to high school with, and he got recruited by TCU, and he lived in the same neighborhood as me, and definitely not a rich neighborhood or anything like that. You'd be lucky if you were a teenager and you had just a piece of a car. And his dad was a pastor, and his mom didn't work, and he had a really good season. I went to Duncanville, by the way, so yeah. And
definitely heard about Duncanville, bro.
Yeah.
Like the football there is very real.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. And so, but he had a good season and started getting recruited by TCU, and all of a sudden, he had a brand new Chevy Blazer with rims on it. I was like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he went. And he went to school. He went there when LaDainian Tomlinson got.
Okay. So they were in the Mountain West at that point, I believe, right?
They were in the Mountain West, and I mean, so he got that, and he barely even played.
Yeah.
So I mean, the money was flowing. I guess now they're just saying we're gonna do it, above board now.
Yep.
But the money was definitely flowing, 100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
But so since you hooped, and you know about transfer and stuff, is it harder for a basketball player to transfer versus a football player, or is it easier because it's basketball?
I'm gonna say it's probably easier for a basketball player to transfer. I feel like in basketball, I guess I'm gonna speak on the game aspect. Like we don't run all them plays like they running in football. They run a play every single down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I don't have to remember all that. I'm playing on the fly. Because if I can think better than you playing basketball, if I can think faster than you, I'm probably gonna win. If we're matched equal physical levels, but I think the game, my basketball IQ is higher. I can defeat you most of the time. Football, it's a whole lot of more X's and O's that got to be put in place for me to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
and everybody, in a sense, has to do their job for me to succeed.
Mhm.
So in basketball, not so much. If I know what I'm doing, I can get to my spots and I can do what I need to do to be effective. Might not win the game, but I can be effective. I can get my part done.
Mm-hmm.
But football, I guess in that aspect, football is a lot harder because you got to get into that system, understand that system, and understand how to succeed within that system.
Yep.
Basketball, they can kind of, if you're like that, if you're that type of caliber player, they can build the system around you.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes perfect
So
sense.
I would say football is a lot harder.
Because getting back to the playbook thing, bro, a college playbook is like an old school telephone book, bro. It is literally that size. like no cap. Like they give you a binder, and the binder is like this, bro. Because you got to think. Let's say you play on defense. Let's say you play defensive back, right? Let's say you play safety. When they bring the call in, they give you the front, they give you the coverage, and they give you what the checks are if there's any motion. So if there's any motion, the entire defense has to switch like instantly, and you got to know what that is, depending what formation they motion to, because they motion to a different formation, it's a different check. You know what I mean? And like they can do like a fast motion and you can have one check. They can do a slow motion and you have a totally different check. And it's not the same from formation to formation. So like you gotta know what's going on. And like when you go back and you look at touchdowns, you'll see somebody just runs right by somebody. Yeah. It's because they were hesitant about what their assignment was and what they were supposed to be doing. And if you take a split second to think, you are beat in football.
Yeah, especially in the SEC. Especially in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I definitely. I mean, I didn't play to y'all's level or anything like that, but even here in Duncanville, the way that they take it seriously, like you these things going up, and it does help you even at this age, like process. When I'm watching football, like I watch it a little bit differently than somebody who didn't get that kind of education when it comes to football, for sure. So I can understand what you're saying, and these people that are running, you see a tight end running down the seam butt naked, like somebody,
somebody missed their assignment.
Yeah, clearly.
But typically when stuff like that happens, though, there's some kind of action that happens that triggers it. It could be a motion or it can be like a switch release. Like it's typically one of those two things when you see somebody just running butt naked like that. That's typically what goes on.
Yep. 100%. Okay. Okay. This is the last thing that I was going to bring up, and this is all encompassing. So I ran across the Forbes list for the highest paid athletes in 2024. So 10 of them. I'm curious how many of these people y'all can get. So 10 people across any sport.
Top 10. I know one thing. Like it's gonna be a few soccer dudes, and I don't know too many of them.
Gotta be a few.
It's definitely some soccer dudes. I would say Messi's on there, Ronaldo's on there. Outside of them,
Bron gotta be on there.
Yeah, LeBron. I would say maybe Steph Curry's on there. Better yet, how about this? How many soccer guys are in the top 10?
Yeah, I was just like, give
that'll help us out right there.
Okay, let me see. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so
Messi, Ronaldo.
Yep.
You got those.
The other dude
I can't name them in the soccer players.
There ain't no way you getting other dude. There ain't no way.
Mbappe, something. I can't pronounce
Mbappe.
it.
It's not Mbappe.
Okay, well that's the only other one I know.
Yeah, I don't have another one. Okay. Baseball got to be Ohtani. I thought about that one.
He's on there.
You got? How many baseball people? How many baseball guys we got?
2.
You said
You got
2?
one.
Aaron Judge,
Nope.
Giancarlo Stanton,
Somebody
Juan
just signed a big
Soto.
contract. You
There
got
it
it. Is it Soto? You got
Juan
to be Soto.
Soto. Yeah,
Juan Soto.
Yeah.
I knew I would get to it eventually. I get the right person at some point.
I think y'all might have named the basketball dudes.
We got
LeBron.
The Giannis.
Nope.
Gotta be KD. You gotta be the Durantula.
Yeah,
because he ended up going to Phoenix. Okay.
Yep. And
Tatum.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
It's the
Jalen
Brown.
Steph, KD, and Bron.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
One fighter. He's a boxer. One.
Canelo.
Nope.
Terrence Crawford.
Tyson Fury.
Yep.
Can't be nobody else.
That's it.
Yeah, Tyson Fury.
Yep. One football player.
One football player.
Got to be quarterback.
Definitely has to be quarterback.
Run down the line. Who just got paid besides his boy?
Oh, Mahomes.
Mahomes.
It's not Mahomes.
It ain't Mahomes.
Not Mahomes. Mahomes got a nice contract too.
Who else just got Matt Stafford?
Nope.
Yeah, Matt Stafford. Jared Goff ain't just get paid, did he?
Not like that, I don't believe.
Oh, okay. He got to be his boy then, because that's the only person that got paid recently.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Dakota Prescott. Yeah.
Wow.
Dak.
Wow, that's
crazy.
That's crazy.
It is.
That got all that money. Yeah.
Wow. What are you getting, like 50 a year from the Cowboys or something like that?
Something like that.
It's something crazy. Yeah. I remember that.
KD made $101 million. He's number 10. Shohei Ohtani made $102 million. He's number 9.
Is this all based off salary?
Salary, and so on field and off field. So they put both.
Oh, okay.
Bro, the crazy thing is Ohtani only makes I think he only makes between 1 and 5 from on field. Like he deferred
$2.5 million from on field.
He defers all that money, bro.
Yeah,
he defers all that. It's crazy, bro. They're gonna be paying him for so long.
They love him here in LA. When I say love him, they love him here in LA.
Well, yeah, he brought him a World Series.
Yeah,
he did. Or the Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman will win half. But anyway,
oh yeah, in the playoffs,
we gonna get off track. We ain't gonna get off track because he running down the list right now.
Number 8 is Kareem Benzema. That's the soccer player that y'all would have never got.
Okay.
104 million.
What team does he play for?
Let's see. He plays for. He used to play for Real Madrid. Does he still play for Real Madrid? I know Ola's in the chat. He'll probably answer it, but I think he may still play for Real Madrid. He's a French soccer player. But all his stuff is from on field, except
they made crazy bait.
I mean, insane money. Juan Soto is number 7 with 114 million, 109 million of it on field, 5 million off field, and he's only 26.
Yeah.
LeBron James, 133.8 million. Pretty even, almost even split, close. On field or on court, 48 million. Off court, 85 million. Dude's a billionaire. Number 5, Messi, 135 million.
Yeah,
60 and 75. But I mean, that's Messi. Then at number 4, Dak Prescott.
Wow, bro, that is wild.
$127 million from the Cowboys.
That is wild,
bro. 10 million off the field.
Bro, that's highway robbery.
Yeah, he's fleecing us. Tyson Fury, 140 million or 146 million. and he lost all his fights last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lost every
Yeah.
fight, but made 140 million.
He won. He won the important one.
Yeah, he got paid. He got paid.
Steph Curry, 156 million, 56 on the field or on court, 100 million off the court.
Yeah, that makes sense. Under Armour pays him like buku money, bro.
Yeah, he gonna be the next NBA billionaire for sure. And number one, Cristiano Ronaldo, 275 million.
Yeah. He made crazy bank.
Getting that
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia, right?
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, bro. They yeah, that money different out there.
So if you had it to do all over again, knowing what you know as far as like the way that people get paid, what sport would you have played?
I'll go first. I still personally have to stick with basketball because baseball season is so long. It's just so long. But I know their longevity is crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. You could have made some bread in football, bro.
I know, bro.
Bread, bro.
My longevity wouldn't have been that long though.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Wouldn't have probably would play like 10 years at tight end.
Would not have mattered, bro. Like get you in like a football weight room, bro. I'm telling you, would have been different. Like I had a homie go to college to play receiver. I mean, he's 6'7". Bro, he grew into an all-American defensive end.
Dang.
Like genetic freak, bro. Freak.
Was that buddy we was down in Mexico with?
That was him. That's him.
Yeah.
Monster, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he was super thin in high school, dog. Super thin. Played receiver. Like, nah, let's put you in this weight room, bro. All-American defensive end.
That's nuts. That's nuts. What would you have stuck with baseball or?
Man, if I could go back all over again, redo it, I probably would have went all in on basketball. Cause like I played baseball at the absolute highest level, played football in college, but basketball is the first love. Like he can tell you like it was I was doing it with the round ball too now.
Yeah. Your boy, I toot the horn for him. He was like that in all three major sports. He was like that.
Yeah. No, I believe it. I definitely believe it.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but for the chat or for the people watching, my boy got recruited by Stanford.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that encyclopedia, that's where that come from.
Boy had options.
Now, mind you, we grew up in little podunk, little Montgomery, Alabama, and to make matters worse, he spent a lot of his time in Selma, Alabama. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a third world country, man.
He ain't lying.
But yeah.
I'm talking about like population like 13, 14K.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy. It's real small.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to try not to smash your cousin type of deal. Like for real. Like you like hold up. Who you can to? Like we might be cousins. Like stop playing.
Yeah, no. That's crazy. Man, I think if I had to do all over again, I think I might play soccer, man. Not because I'm good at it, because that's where the money is.
Bro.
Money.
Yeah.
Bro. When just to piggyback on what you said, like I spent time playing basketball overseas. So in Turkey, they soccer or football is very serious. Like you get in those environments, those games, those people are passionate about their sport. Their clubs are serious. So, but I'll let you go ahead and cook.
But no, I mean, I think that you can. I know that when it comes to baseball, I got friends who play, AA, AAA, and they did pretty well. And nobody knows who they are, but they made money to kind of jumpstart their life. And I think that with soccer, you could do a very similar thing, going overseas when you're a young adult, make some money to stack, and then you can jump into your adult life like with a nice little jump start. And I feel like you could probably do that in soccer. I won't say easier, it's just, but it is a lot of different leagues. It's a lot of leagues. So that's why I think that I would go soccer. Not because I love soccer more, because I don't love soccer at all. but but I'm not 6'3", so and jump out the gym. So basketball gonna be tough. Football gonna be tough. I'm fast, but I'm also still not that big. When it comes to soccer, you ain't gotta be that big. Messi fine.
Yeah.
So, or
You know what? It's funny that you say that. I ran into Marshawn Lynch at a place called Joey's about 2 weeks ago. Now, this is my first time meeting him in person. Bro's shoulders are way out here, man.
yeah, he's big.
Like his chest, like bro. How do you create that? I can't lift weights to get that. I don't even know if I can take no P's to get that.
Yeah.
Like he got to be that. He had to come out the womb with that, and then he turned into Marshawn Lynch. Cause I don't know what type of PEDs I got to get on to grow my chest and shoulders that wide, bro.
I don't know, man. That dude's different. He was different in Cal. He was different in Seattle. He's just a different dude.
Yeah, I know that's the upper echelon for sure. He's the 1% of the 1%.
But even I mean, like Christian McCaffrey, like he's not a big dude. But but if you put him next to a regular sized person, you're like, wait, like do you live in the gym every day? Like that's what you do all the time?
But if you were to grab him, you would realize just how powerful he is, though.
Yeah.
Like everybody in the NFL is strong, bro. Everybody.
Yeah.
Like different kinds of strong.
Yeah, it's evident. It's evident. That's why soccer's the way to go. I see McDonald saying ain't no American soccer players making a dent in Europe. There's some American soccer players over there. You just don't know who they are. I'm not saying be an all-time great. I'm just saying get paid, get back to the
and keep it moving, huh?
Yeah, Jordan, it's like that because the best athletes over here, they don't play soccer, bro.
No,
that's why.
Yeah.
Imagine if the best athletes over here played soccer, bro. We would run that too.
It would be like everything else.
Yep,
it'd be like everything else. So we'll let y'all keep it for now until we get interested. If we get interested.
They're gonna be keeping it for a while, bro. They're gonna be keeping it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. like that in hockey, bro.
I mean, even in hockey, like when a few black dudes start paying attention, PK Subban, like start making a dent. But
it was another dude, Jerome Iginla, played with the Hurricanes. Yeah, I remember him too.
Yeah. We out there. There's a few of us. So
bro.
It just depends where our attention span is. That's all it is.
Golf would be another good one too.
Wait, who's McDane talking to? He's talking to you? He said you suck at geography tests. That's been proven. Oh, he is talking to you. He is talking to you.
Who are he talking to?
Somebody you suck at. Somebody, I guess Americans playing soccer, saying that we wouldn't saying we basically wouldn't run it.
Nah, talking about the geography test. Bros. I'm gonna say both guys struggle with that geography test. One struggled more than the other one, but they both struggle.
You said golf, now we talking. Golf is a rich man's sport, and most of us ain't rich. So
yeah.
Give us the equipment and the time, that'll be a problem too.
Otherwise, see me at Top Golf. That's where you can catch me at. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I will say this, Cross, like when it comes to the quizzes and the tests and stuff, I think we need to figure out a good format for it. I don't like when we did the one with Sterling and Ola, it was hard for people to see like what they were holding up.
Yeah.
Come up with a better way to do it. But I mean, I think that thing does well. We all got to put our heads together and figure out how we can do it. I know if I'm in it, I'm not shaving nothing off. I ain't shaving no eyebrows. I ain't shaving no beard. It ain't gonna happen. So you can go ahead and hang that up.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, man. I guess we can get out of here, man. Anything y'all want to plug that y'all are doing?
Man, just first and foremost, bro, like I'm really digging this stream we got going here, man. It's really good energy. Get to talk about a little bit of everything. Hopefully, we can make it a staple, and the people like it. Enjoy everybody in the chat coming on in here. We're off of there's no fights this weekend, so it's a little slower of a week, but I'll probably get my preview video out probably Sunday morning. So just be on the lookout for that.
Man, I'm just glad y'all let me allow me to join y'all today. I don't got nothing to plug for real. I'm just a hustler by nature. So my big thing is I'm big into Bitcoin and crypto, but that's a whole nother arena of stuff. But my history, I mean, I love sports. I love to get on here and chit chat with y'all from time to time. Y'all gonna make me do some research on this UFC so I can get here and cap just like the rest of everybody else. So but I need to do me some research first, you know what I'm saying, so I can get in here and cap properly. But I just appreciate y'all letting me get on here, let me tag in, join the club for today.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you jumping on, man. And you know what? Like, if you jump on after, if you watch the next card and then jump on after, you'll definitely have something to talk about. That's 100%.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna lock in, and I already know he already gonna let me know what's happening. Like, he gonna make sure I'm like, yo, bro, what you doing? You watching? I'm like, all right, let me go on here and tap in.
I'll do my part, bro. I will definitely let you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So I am working on this video that me and McDane did a few weeks back. So that one should be coming out. And then also I have the video of when me and my wife CJ went to UFC Kansas City. So if y'all haven't checked that out, make sure y'all do. I think that video is pretty cool. So other than that, we will be back on next Tuesday to talk about how OKC is running straight through the Wolves, and the Pacers Knicks series is getting good. So hopefully that's where we end up. But yeah, until then, man, we'll holler at y'all.